Hello, everybody. Damn, the countdown is off by like 5 seconds, but that's probably okay. That's probably okay, right, chat? Hello, everybody. Chat, do you see what I see right now? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? She's bad. She's back and she's bad. Are you seeing what I'm seeing right now, chat? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Are you seeing an overlaid chat at a donation goal? I did fix it, yes. And look at chat, the desktop still works. It's like everything works. Like, look at my my filter works still. Like my you can't see it, but like if I go here and I go here and I go to my filters, look at I have my lumetric corrector works. Look at that. I had to make like a custom script to make this work, and I'm surprised it still works because I fucking like reinstalled OBS like 3 times to get this to work. But it does. And look how much of it I just want to point out, chat. Beforehand, like a little bit ago, I wasn't using this again because I was using the app image version of, or not the app image, but the flat pack version of OBS. So I had like 2 versions of OBS installed. I had the actual AUR repository version, and then I had the fucking flat pack version. And the flat pack version didn't have this. Look at the difference that makes, chat. Look at the fucking difference. This is normal. This is no filters. This is just my camera capturing me going to OBS. This is what it looks like with no filters, chat. I look so much better. It looks literally so much better. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how much better it looks. Fit check? Okay. I love the Adidas fit, man. I love this fit. I need my hat, my Russian hat to complete this. Actually, I know where that is. Hold on one second. Wait, I can do this even better. I can do this even better, chat. We did it! Suka! Suka did! look at the Slavic fit. Very topical. Just gonna put that down there. Wait. Oh shit. Okay. Is that a babushka? I don't think it's called a babushka. It is a real Russian hat. Like, it is, from Russia. So this is like real bear skin. However, if you look at the actual insignia, it's got this is from East Germany. So the insignia is from East Germany, but the hat itself is not. You can tell because it's like not centered exactly correctly. I don't know why they did this. I don't know if it was official or if it was just like he happened to have the badge for East Germany and just a Russian hat. I don't know. If I ever have an argument with Hassan Piker, I'm just gonna wear this. I love this hat. This hat is so, like, warm, though. Just like a nice hat. Look, there's even, like, Russian in the tag. If it wasn't so hot, I would be fucking dying. I would wear this. If it wasn't super hot. Remove it? No, I'm not gonna remove it. Listen, chat, I can appreciate things from a historical context. That's why I have many things. I wouldn't remove, like, even if it's not original, I still wouldn't remove it. It's still kind of that. I'm pretty sure Naritaki-kun is the one who gave me that, and I haven't seen him in a minute, but I wouldn't wanna, like, fuck with it, you know? Hassan would mog the fuck out of you. His clothing budget is enormous. Yeah, but have you ever seen Hassan's, like, sense of fashion? Hassan dresses like a fucking... I don't even know how to describe it. Hassan Piker has, like, the worst sense of fashion of all time. I don't care how much money he spends on his outfits. They look stupid. They look fucking like, hold on, chat. I don't mean to, like, get on the Hassan hate bandwagon, like, this early in the stream, but, like, just, I need to show you guys what I'm talking about here. Like, I need to show you guys the fucking clown. Here's a good fit. That one looks good. I just need to show you guys the clown fit that is Hassan Piker. Oh man, these are so bad. Like, he has this type of fashion that is very clear he's trying to, like, be fashionable, but he's just failing miserably. It's just, it looks so bad. Like, look at this, chat. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this fucking yakko. Look at your tank top with the chains. What is it, 2001? What the fuck are you doing, bro? What is this outfit? What is this? The high socks with the low Vans? The orange fucking pants? This is so stupid looking. You look like a clown. It looks terrible, chat. I like this fit. This fit I go hard with. I like the boots. I like the jeans. I like this fit. I like this one, right? If I'm gonna be critical, I might as well say what I like about. I like this fit, okay? What is this? What is this? The fucking, like, cargo pants with the fucking polo? What is this? This looks like the fucking autistic boy who went to the school library to check out, like, Lord of the Flies. Like, excuse me, can you help me find a book, please? Like, this kid got bullied in fucking middle school. That's what this fit is. The middle school victim of bullying fit. This one is like, I just spent $3,000 at the casino and now I'm getting drunk to forget about it. Like, this, what? Why did he feel like this was a fit worthy of taking a candid picture of? What the fuck, bro? What is this jacket, man? What do we do? What are these shoes? What are those? What are those? The fucking pointy are you, like... Dude, a cockroach in a corner has no chance against these pointy fucking shoes, man. Ah. Listen, man, I'm no fashionista, okay? I'm not about to say, like, I'm some sort of, like, expert on fashion. But, like, the way Hassan Piker dresses is so silly. That's the only way to describe it. It's silly, dude. It's silly. Dance with a brown bear and my soul is torn apart. Can't see Astra playing tennis. It's too much cardio. Maybe. Would magnify. Oh yeah. Yas. Hello, Z-Man Lurker. It's like he rented bowling shoes. Literally. It's not even just like the fact that each individual piece of clothing he has is bad. It's just the way he mixes them together makes me think he either doesn't care or he dresses like he has no sense of fashion, like at all, and that's coming from somebody who has no sense of fashion. Okay, it's just it's bad. It's really bad. Maybe in the fashion world, he's actually killing it. I don't know, but like in the world of like I'm a normal human, and I just find his outfits to be really lame. Really lame. Do you want Astra to rate your outfit? No, I don't want to rate chat's outfits, dude. I remember one time me and Nano did something like that, and it was very hard for me, because, like, sometimes I like to roast people, okay? And I don't want to roast my own audience. I don't want to make my audience feel bad. Remember when I, like, talked shit about skateboarding and that guy left? I don't know if he's been back since chat. It's like... I don't like the shit on my viewers, okay? I try to avoid that if I possibly can. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We can take it. I don't know. I don't think you can, chat. I don't think you can. I'm a very big roaster, chat. My puppy peed on my bed. Well, that's what you get when you get a puppy. I mean, you kind of gotta accept that. You kind of gotta accept that, you know? Don't like to shit on viewers unless it's Breath of the Wild. Unless it's Breath of the Wild. Well, Breath of the Wild deserves to be shit on, because Breath of the Wild is ass, dude. I hate Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is like... It's not a Zelda game. Like, maybe it's a good game, I guess. I don't know. I really, like... I've not enjoyed my time playing Breath of the Wild, but I've never beat it, so maybe I need to just go back and, like, finish Breath of the Wild. But, like, there's literally every other Zelda game I've ever played at least feels like a Zelda game. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a big fan of a lot of popular Zelda games. Like, I don't like Zelda 1 very much. I'm not a big fan of the NES Zelda. I'm also not a big fan of the SNES Zelda. I don't like Link to the Past. I think it's kind of boring. I think it's got not a lot going on. I mean, it's got a lot going on, but I don't like the way the game plays. Okay, I just don't like it. It just feels like dungeon crawler after dungeon crawler. Like, oh, I just got done with a dungeon, now time to go find the next one. And I just didn't like it. I loved Zelda 2. Zelda 2 is like one of my favorite Zelda games. I fucking love Zelda 2. Like the fucking Zelda 2 is amazing. But like Breath of the Wild, Link to the Past, and Zelda 1 are so fucking mid, bro. They're so mid. Like especially Breath of the Wild. I don't know. I think Tears of the Kingdom as well. Like at least Tears of the Kingdom like is normal for people to not like Tears of the Kingdom, right? Like I feel like a lot of people don't like Tears of the Kingdom. That game kind of got shat on a little bit. Just for being like a remake of Breath of the Wild with like Gary's mod physics. That's the problem, chat. They turned Zelda into Gary's mod. Never played Tears of the Kingdom? Apparently it's just Breath of the Wild, but like slightly different. I don't know. The problem with like Breath of the Wild and those games is they have no story. They have no story whatsoever. Like, the story of Breath of the Wild is so lame that it just makes me upset. And the fact that they, like, what really makes me hate it is that they turned everything into that. In the Zelda lore, there were, like, 3 different timelines, all doing different things, and it was interesting. It was like, ooh, which timeline is this video game gonna take place in? Ooh, this is interesting. But in Breath of the Wild, they just said, fuck it, yeah, all that shit, we don't care about it anymore. We're just gonna say this takes so far in the future that everything is just linked back into one timeline, which is fucking lame, alright? It's lame. I hate that. That all, like, it doesn't matter. Like, you basically, the events of Ocarina of Time essentially don't fucking matter, like, in this world, right? Like, it doesn't matter. In Ocarina of Time, Link could just he could just check the fuck out. He could just be like, Navi could come to his fucking house and he could just be like, not today, little bitch. And it would literally not make a difference. And fucking Breath of the Wild would still happen exactly the way it happened. And that's fucking lame, dude. It's fucking lame. Alright, I hate that. I just hate it. Breath of the Wild has an amazing story? What are you talking about? The divine beast! We must awaken the divine beast! I don't know, man. It just doesn't have a good story. Like, compare the story of Breath of the Wild to the story of Twilight Princess. Like, oh my god, right? Like, that is a comparison, right? Twilight, in Breath of the Wild, it's, like, set in the far future. And, by the way, nothing's changed. There's no, like, advanced technology, really. It's just the Sheikah technology, which is just kind of lame. But effectively, it looks the same as every other Zelda game in terms of, like, medieval aesthetic. But it takes place, like, so far in the future that all of this stuff happened with divine beasts that were created to, like, beat the calamity. And then they all, like, got hibernated or some shit. And now the beast is gonna come and he's gonna take out the fucking thing. So Link has to, like, fucking, like, resurrect the divine beast or some shit. It's just, like, all the characters are kind of one-dimensional. They're not very interesting. It's very boring. But compare that to Twilight Princess, right? Twilight Princess is, like, Ganondorf is fucking banished to the Twilight Realm, where he, like, takes over the Twilight Realm. The king of the Twilight Realm just gets fucking murked by this guy because he was convinced by Ganondorf to turn evil. So he goes and kills the fucking leader of the Twilight Realm and then takes over the Twilight Realm. Then he attacks, like, the overworld from the Twilight Realm. So that's why you had these, like, apparitions appearing out of nowhere in Twilight Princess, and it's, like, it's interesting. It's aesthetically very interesting, right? But the story itself is fucking cool. Like, it's got you could turn the plot of Twilight Princess into a pretty cool fucking movie, I think, right? But Breath of the Wild is just like, Link! Oh no, Link! Why does it have voice acting? Zelda games shouldn't have voice acting. I don't want to hear what fucking Zelda sounds like. God damn. It's so bad. Does Twilight Princess have a jump button? You really think that the jump button is, like, what makes a good game? You think Breath of the Wild is a better game than Twilight Princess? Because Twilight Princess doesn't have a fucking jump. You don't need a jump. How often do you jump in real life, motherfucker? How often do you just, like, walk around and just go... You just jump. How often do you do that? Often enough that if you were a video game that, like, they would have to dedicate, like, a button on the controller just to jump? No. No. And you can jump in, like, Zelda. You just have to, like, run off the edge. Now, remember I found Astra's Twitch compared to how I found Finn archives, and tell me how important Astra is to me? What? Yeah, all Zelda games are the same. They're not, though. Like, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, all very different games. Breath of the Wild is the best Zelda game I've played, and I've played Zelda before. You was born. Okay, but which Zelda games have you played? Like, have you played Twilight Princess? Have you? Have you played Majora's Mask? Have you played Wind Waker? Because all three of those games blow fucking Breath of the Wild out of the water. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you like about Breath of the Wild? Like, what is that game even like? Why do people even like it? I don't get it. It just doesn't make any sense to me, chat. Played all Zelda except for Tears. Good job almost holding up 3 fingers. What? I like collecting bugs. Oh my god. Why do you like Breath of the Wild? Why do you like Majora's Mask? Because the dark themes, the aesthetic, which is like unbelievably cool, the fucking story, the characters that have so much depth that they feel like they're real. You know what I mean? Like, when Anju and the fucking other guy reunite in that end of that side quest, it's so fucking emotional. And it's a side quest. You don't even have to do that in the game. But it's, like, the most emotional shit ever. You don't have that shit. You don't have that shit, man. You don't have that in Breath of the Wild. You just don't. You just don't, man. And also, like, the fact that all of the shrines are exactly the same, and the fact that, like, all of the horse stables are exactly the same, the overworld is, like, so small in Breath of the Wild. It's just that it's a small amount of content stretched over, like, the size of a Skyrim. And it's all just the same copy and pasted fucking shrines and fucking bullshit copied and pasted all over the goddamn map. It's boring. Moogie. I'm not shitting on any Zelda game, that's you. I'm just shitting on Breath of the Wild. The only streamer, I remember how I found Astra Twitch, unlike other streams. I don't remember how I found them. Now do a Zelda rant for YouTube. I could make a Zelda rant for YouTube. Honestly, it's like legit. I could. Cause I'm speaking facts here, chat. Empty spaces create realistic atmosphere. It's not just the empty spaces, it's the copied and pasted assets, right? Like, the horse stables? They all look the same. They all have the same NPCs. They all have the same bullshit going on. They're all the same. Careful, Moogie, that's my gun right there. But they have all the same bullshit. And the shrines? Don't get me started on the shrines, dude. In order to progress, you need to beat 50 of these fucking stupid shrines that are all the same. Just a different puzzle, but they all have the same music, the same end cutscene, the same aesthetic, the same soundtrack. There's no variety. How about, instead of having variety in your puzzles, how about having the same fucking bullshit like 20 gajillion times? Like, oh, we're gonna have 4 temples in our game. Our new Zelda game is gonna have 4 temples, just like Majora's Mask. But remember how Majora's Mask had, like, incredibly unique temples? Where you had, like, the Swamp Temple, and you had, like, the Desert Temple, the Ice Temple, and they all played extremely different. They all had their own gimmick for how you beat the temple, right? How about instead of doing that, we just make Divine Beasts, where the gimmick in 3 out of the 4 Divine Beasts is that you rotate the Divine Beast. Oh, look at that! What, a Divine Beast is a fucking lizard in a volcano? I wonder what the weird trick about this temple is. Oh, it does this. And that's the puzzle. It does that. Oh my god, there's a bird? Is a bird Divine Beast? Is a bird temple? That's cool. I wonder what that's gimmick is. It does this. It does that. Oh, there's a camel? There's a camel in the desert? Well, that's interesting. I wonder what its special gimmick. Oh, it's just sections does that. So instead of just the whole thing doing that, there's like 3 sections that move independently. Wow. Okay. The only fucking Divine Beast that doesn't do that is the elephant, where and that one is literally just the trunk. I can spray water at different parts of the fucking... It's dumb, chat. And they're all the same fucking aesthetic. They all have the same aesthetic. They're not different. They're all Divine Beast aesthetic. So you don't have, like, the fucking Ice Temple that is, like, completely made out of ice, compared to the fucking, like, Stone Tower Temple, which is, like ancient ruins of a temple. Chat, it makes me mad. It makes me real mad. I don't know if you can tell, but it makes me real mad. I mean, it's the same story, but that's not even true. Majora's Mask is a very different story than the rest of the Zeldas. And, like, all of them are, like, about saving Zelda, right? I get that, or most of them are, except for Majora's Mask. But, like, the story of, like, Skyward Sword compared to like, Twilight Princess, they're very different. And they're very good. Like, the story of Twilight Princess is legit really good. But Breath of the Wild, it's just... Ugh. Ugh. Tears of the Kingdom, it has shrines. You need a ton of shrines in order to fight Grandor, plus stamina and anti-gloom armor, which takes forever to obtain. It's just the grind. It's like, why did they add grinding to fucking Zelda? Why did they do that? Today, games are only made to make money. Back in the day, they were made by nerds for nerds. I mean, that's not exactly true. It's always been made for money. They wouldn't have made Ocarina of Time if it wasn't profitable. I think Astra woke up on the wrong side of the tism today. I did. I woke up on the wrong side of the tism. Some people like to grind. Yeah, but it's not even like a fun grind. It's like... It's like... There's no variety. It's like... It's funny because like... Zelda... Breath of the Wild is a massive game, right? Like it has... It is so much... It's like bigger than Skyrim. It's legit a huge game. But the problem is the amount of content in that game is about the same level as Twilight Princess. So you've got the same level of like detail and like stuff as in Twilight Princess, but the map is like 10 times bigger. And so what ends up happening is that in order to fill the gaps, you have to just like copy and paste assets over and over again. So it's like the game becomes, okay, you gotta collect 80 Korok seeds, which is just a fetch quest where you have to just look for random shit. And it's just like, okay. I don't know, man, that game pissed me off, dude. I do not like Breath of the Wild. I was so excited for Breath of the Wild, but then I watched a playthrough of it, and I just got so... And then I tried to play it myself, and I just got mad. I got mad because I wanted to go through this section. I wanted to... For a game that's supposed to be labeled, like, you're supposed to play it how you want, I tried to do something in that game, not how the game wanted me to do it, and it fucking didn't work. It's very mad. I'm very mad. Korok seeds. I need my blood pressure medicine. I'm sorry, po' boy. Some grinding, but you don't have to do it. The game is just, I don't know. Listen, po' boy, if you like Breath of the Wild, more power to you. I'm not trying to shit on you for liking what you want to like. I'm glad that you can enjoy that game. I'm very happy that you can enjoy that game. I just can't. Dude, that game pisses me off. I collected all 999 seeds. Yeah, I just don't get it, chat. I don't get it. One thing I hate in games is escort quests. Yeah. Asher's like... I just can't handle it, chat. That game pisses me the fuck off. It's like, also, why? Okay, and one last thing. How are you gonna call it a Zelda game if you don't even give Link his fucking tunic? It's like a Mario game if he didn't ever wear a red plumber hat. And he never had, like, the red shirt and the overalls. It's like fucking Mario, but he wears a suit and tie the entire game. That's not Mario, motherfucker. Why did they change his outfit? Why? No one has asked, no one was like, you know... Link's green hat, his iconic tunic is not it. But he has his tunic. Oh yeah, how do you get it? You either have to use an amiibo, or you have to fight it in a fucking side quest that's not even until like halfway through the game and not mandatory. They added it in a side quest just to appease the people who are like, wanted it. But it's like they literally shipped that game and expected people to just never get the tunic. Why? What the fuck are you doing? And in Wind Waker, you have to get the tunic, right? You don't start off with the tunic, but you get it in like the start of the game. So 99.9% of the game, you have the fucking tunic. In Breath of the Wild, you don't have the fucking tunic through 99.9% of the game. Most people finish that game without ever getting the tunic. It's like, why? What's even the point? What is even the point? Nintendo ruined my favorite IP, and I'm mad about it. I own a shit ton of amiibos. I don't. I have 0 amiibos. Why? You want to play with a tunic? Should have bought a $30 piece of plastic. I'm sorry, the tunic doesn't come stock in this game. The tunic is DLC. What the fuck, dude? Isn't the whole point of Zelda getting the sword and shield, and they're useless in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom? They're not useless, they're just different. Breath of the Wild has like a weapon, like, I don't really like it, but Breath of the Wild has like a weapon durability system where it's like you'll get a sword and then you'll upgrade it and it has durability and eventually it'll break and you have to keep repairing it. The only one that doesn't have that limitation is the Master Sword, which never breaks, but you have to, like, recharge it. It has, like, a charging system instead of a durability system, which is lame. And then, in order to get that, again, you have to beat 50 shrines. You have to go throughout the fucking overworld, beat 50, 50 fucking shrines, and they all are just puzzle shrines. And they all have this, again, same aesthetic, same music, same end cutscene every time. Literally, you have to go through the same fucking cutscene 50 fucking times just to get the Master Sword so you can beat the game. Nah, dude, it's stupid. It's really pissing me off. I don't like it. I don't like it. Breaking weapons sucks. It does. It's not. I don't necessarily hate the fact that they did that. That's like literally the only thing that they tried that I don't necessarily hate, because every Zelda has its gimmick, and I don't mind that being Zelda's gimmick. I don't mind the custom weapons and things like that. However, they just did it poorly, I think. I don't think they did it very well, and then it just didn't work in the way that I thought was very good. Again, Tears of the Kingdom kind of just turns into Gary's Mod too, with the weird Sheikah technology that you can build. Like, oh, I like Tears of the Kingdom because you can build a car in Tears of the Kingdom, and it's like, it's a Zelda game. I don't want to build a car like it's Gary's Mod in a fucking Zelda game. Like, what the fuck? I'll play Gary's Mod if I want to do that. You literally said only one true thing. What? If I didn't know better, I might think the whole planet is getting warmer or some sort of global warming. What? How is that? That came out of left field. What? It is hot as fuck in here, chat. I'm dying. Right before the stream started, I was so sweating. Chat, that's why I'm mad. That's why I didn't tell you the truth, guys, but that's why I'm mad right now. It's because I played Melee right before the stream. I played Melee right before the stream and it pissed me off. Maybe dead tomorrow? Why? Love riding my motorcycle and Breath of the Wild and collecting bugs. See, why a motorcycle? What are you driving a motorcycle in fucking Zelda for? It's fucking Zelda. God, dude, it's slop. The game is slop. That game is Zelda slop. It's not even Zelda, it's just fucking open world slop. I feel like Jackie Onstra in that Adidas outfit. Peak Zelda is not, dude. It's so not Peak Zelda. I don't know why. It's fucking been 10 years since that game came out, and it's still pissing me off. Still fucking pisses me off. God damn it. It's been so long, and that game still pisses me the fuck off. You can fly. I don't care. It's a Zelda game. And if I want to fly, I'll fucking go play Gary's Mod. God damn it. If I want to ride a motorcycle, I'll play a different game. When you compare. If you compare Breath of the Wild to Elden Ring, it's not even close. Okay, Elden Ring blows Breath of the Wild so far out of the water in terms of, like, story, in terms of aesthetic, in terms of open world. It is not even comparable. Like, it's... I'm sorry, pool boy. I know I'm, like, pissing you off. I'm sorry. But I'm not sorry, because Breath of the Wild sucks. But I'm sorry, I don't mean to piss you off. Why not play Ocarina of Time mods? Because putting mods in Ocarina of Time is kind of lame. Unless it's, like, it remakes the game. Like, there's, I think there's a Ocarina of Time mod called, like, Indigo or something. And it's basically a whole new Zelda game, which I thought was really cool. So I do want to play that. I need to finish Zelda on stream. I know. I need to actually, like, finish playing that. Elden Ring isn't a Zelda game. Yeah, but it's objectively better. Like, if you're gonna compare Elden Ring to Twilight Princess, they're two different games, right? That you can't compare Twilight Princess to Elden Ring because they just have so different things going for them. They both have value. The problem with Breath of the Wild versus Elden Ring is Elden Ring does everything Breath of the Wild does, but, like, 10 times better. Play the game back with Myth, play the game Black, Myth, Sun, Wukong game is harder than Elden Ring. I don't care if it's harder than Elden Ring. You're changing the subject? Okay. Here, I'll change the subject. Chat, I had an idea recently. And I don't know if it's gonna happen or not. But I really want to finish my motorcycle. Like, I really want to get it done. Like, I'm tired of not having my motorcycle be done. And it's like, I don't know. There's a part of me that feels like if I have a shop do it, that I'm gonna regret, like, having a shop do it. I feel like I'm gonna let the wheel bearing win if I let a shop do it. And I just don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to do that. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm ready to commit. I want to try again to do it myself, but I need to buy, like, these. I need to buy, like, a wheel bearing puller set. I think if I bought a wheel bearing puller, I might be able to actually, like, do it. And I might be able to legit, like, just make it work. But I think because it can't, I know I can install wheel bearings. So it's like, for $20-ish, right? For $20, I can buy this kit or this kit. I'm not sure which one would work better yet. I don't know. But I could buy one of these kits. And so that removing the wheel bearings isn't like a god-awful process. Because that's really what I hate, is removing the wheel bearings. That's the part that I don't like to do. So, if I just got this, and then I just, you know, made removing the wheel bearings just a lot easier, that might be a better alternative. And so that way, I can try again. And then if I fuck it up again, then it's like $40. But, you know, I think it might be worth $40 to try it again. Because if I go and I buy this fucking kit and I install the wheel bearings myself, I feel like I'm gonna be way more happy with myself than if I have a shop do it, you know what I mean? If I admit defeat and let a shop do it. Then again, I don't know. I really do hate the idea of fucking with that shit more. It's just some definition on my legs? No, it's just the, like, piece of fat. See? It's not definition. And you can keep the kit and use it in the future. That's my thing, is like, well, here's the deal, right, chat? Is I'll probably need to do wheel bearings again in the future at some point, right? Like, I probably need, like, this is not gonna be the first time or last time that I need to do this. And so I just want to get it done. I really do. So I'm thinking I might eventually, like, whenever I can get a spare $20, I'm gonna buy one of those kits. And I'm gonna first of all, I'm gonna take out the wheel bearings for the new wheel that I got, that I need to take out the spacer for. And then I will try to install the original, or the new wheel bearings back into the original wheel. And hopefully, they're not super rusty. Like, these ones aren't rusty, so these should be fine. But the rear one, I have a rear wheel bearing that's a little sticker stress on it, so I might actually have to get a new set of rear wheel bearings, but yeah, I don't know. If I could just do that, I think I'll be happy. I think I'll be happy if I could just finish that myself. And then it's like, for me, I'm like stuck because I have to pay like $300 to go have a shop do everything I need them to do. And it's like, instead, I could also, instead of having a shop do the tires, right? I could buy like this, right? I could buy this kit, which scares me a little bit. But I could buy this, and I could buy this. And theoretically, I could get my tires mounted. And if I don't have, like, the reason why I didn't want to do that before is because I don't have an air compressor. But I could probably just take it to any, like, mechanic shop and just have them fill it up. If I need them to mount, like, if I need them to, like, air up the tires, I could probably do that. And it probably won't cost nearly as much as it's going to cost to have them mount and balance the tires for me. And then it's like, if I ended up mounting and balancing the tires myself, doing the wheel bearings myself, I feel like I would be much more satisfied than if I just let the shop do everything. You know what I mean? I think that's what I want to do. A cheap hand pump? Well, a cheap hand pump won't work because it needs to seat the bead. I need to have enough CFM to seat the bead of the tire, and I don't have that ability. Because when you put a new tire on, it's not seated into the bead, and so you need, like, a good amount of air pressure to actually get that shit seated. I probably wouldn't be able to seat it at home. Use fire? I guess I could use fire, but that seems scary. I guess I could do that. There's a way I could potentially do that. Maybe, fuck shit, maybe. So I'm thinking what I want to do Because I know I want to sell, like, the BMW or something anyway. If I'm going to spend that much money, it's going to cost max $100 extra, $130 extra to try it myself again. Like, max 150 bucks extra. And so, if I'm going to sell my BMW for $1,000, does a $150 difference make it, like, is it really gonna make that much of a difference? Is it worth spending an extra $150 just to say that I tried, you know what I mean? Just to say that I tried one more time. How old is the engine in your motorcycle? It is, it's like 45, I think, right? Yeah, it's 45. I know how to do math, chat. It's 45 years old. It's from 1981. Hello, Keith Arts. Don't use fire, I was joking. Oh, you can. Hold on, let me see if I can find a video of this. There is a method. There's a method to that. What is older, you or the motorcycle? The motorcycle is like 3 times as old as I am. Dude, the motorcycle came out in 2000, or not in 2000. The motorcycle came out in 1981. My motorcycle was made, came off the fucking factory lot in 1981, bro. I came off the factory lot in 2001. It's a whole 20 years older than me. Hello, Puck. Alright, hold on. I recently bought an XS650 motor, Legend suspension for my dad. I'll be building a cafe racer. I totally woke up on the wrong side of the... I broke up on the wrong side of the tism bed. You just said cafe racer, and just a piece of you just went... I was kidding. Thank God. Thank God you're kidding. Oh. Thank God. Thank you, God. You said cafe racer and I just like lost my shit for a moment. I was like, be nice, Astra. Be nice. Don't shit talk his motorcycle. I'm sure he's happy about it. Be nice. Fucking, I just got a new motorcycle. I'm gonna build a cafe racer build. Has there been an overdone style of motorcycle more so than the cafe racer? Has there, like, the cafe racer is not even a bad looking motorcycle. It's like, I don't even hate the way cafe racers look. I like their aesthetic, but they are so overdone, dude. It's so overdone. Hey, chat, I have a great idea. Let's raise the suspension, cut off the back of the motorcycle, and put on clip-on handlebars, and it will make it so much cooler. I'm gonna take this vintage Honda, this cool vintage Honda, and ruin it. It's like, no. No, don't do it. Don't do it. No. No! Oh! Don't do it! If it's a Trump, then I'll probably be a cafe racer. Is it a Triumph? Oh, I don't know. I mean, well, an XX650 is a Yamaha, right? Yeah, that's an the XS650 engine is a Yamaha engine, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. See, chat? I know my shit. I was going to build a Japanese chopper, and everyone I texted in Indonesia and Japan basically said, fuck me and die. Why? Wait, what? What do you mean a Japanese chopper? Like, do you mean one of those, like, that guy that, like, makes motorcycle videos in Japan where he, like, drives across Japan on, like, an old chopper? I think that's pretty cool. I like choppers. Really, what I love is the Boshizoku aesthetic. Boshizoku bikes are amazing. I love Boshizoku bikes. Part of the reason why I'm really excited about the Purple Rain Prince bike is because it's very Boshizoku. I don't know if that was an inspiration for the Prince bike, but it is very much so the same. It's got a similar vibe to it. Like, the Prince bike is like the only true American Boshizoku bike that I can think of. Get to the chopper. I don't know which Japanese motorcycle it is, but they did a Make Cafe Racer version. I don't know if it's Honda or Kawasaki. It's probably... I mean, there's a couple companies that made, like, there's... What is it called? Moto Guzzi? No. Is it Moto Guzzi or is it a different one? I think it's a different company, but there is, like, an Italian manufacturer that just made, like, a new cafe racer, which is kind of interesting. It's so basically you take a Yamaha frame, hardtail it, and I know there's some more to it, but a certain style that I'm looking for, so I reached out to my favorite builders, and they basically all told me to... Okay. Well, to be fair, hardtailing a motorcycle is kind of like... I don't know. Like, I get it for choppers, but, like, it just seems like such a pain in the ass, literally. It's a good fit, it is a good fit. I don't know, chat. I do, here's the thing, chat. I do want to build a very cursed motorcycle. I do really want to build a very cursed motorcycle. And I know I just talked a lot of shit on cafe racers, but chat, I want to build a cafe racer. And now hear me out. Hear me out. I do want to build a cafe racer. Now hear me out. Imagine if you took a Harley Fat Bob, right? Like a Harley Fat Bob. And then you took the engine out of it. And you made it an electric Fat Bob, right? So now we're in full, like, heresy territory, right? Now all of the Harley people have put my name up on a bulletin board as on a hit list, right? Okay. But you take it like a 2008 Fat Bob, you make it electric, and you paint it Vanta black. You put a custom fucking gas tank on it that's from like a VMAX. And, I mean, obviously there wouldn't be any gas in it. And then you put clip-on handlebars on it. And you put like a cafe racer build. And you turn it into a cafe racer. You take out a Harley Fat Bob. You take a Harley Fat Bob. And you take it and you turn it into an electric cafe racer. Chat. I feel like so dirty just saying that, right? Like, I feel like just speaking those words, I've committed a grave sin. Just by speaking. Disappointed in that you slipped up. Are you serious, Astra? Much less care for Harley, but why would you do that? There's a very specific reason why I would do that, chat. And it would be cool. Rest assured, it would be cool. It would be very cool if I did it, because it would be actually fucking sick. See, chat, there is an anime. There is an anime that I like, that I've been watching recently, that is really, really cool. And that anime... Try to find a good picture of it. There really isn't a lot of... I actually have pictures of it, I think I took. But chat, do you remember that helmet that I got? The yellow helmet? The one that was, this one? Do you remember that helmet? I actually wore that helmet on my motorcycle the other day, by the way, chat. Just for the... I actually wore this helmet unironically. But you see this helmet on this character? I want to build her bike. Okay? I want to build like an almost perfect replica of her bike. And to do that, you have to commit like a grave sin. See this image, chat? Very cool image. Not the right bike. See how it's a sport bike that she's riding? Not the right bike. The bike that Kelty rides in this anime is very specific, chat. Let me bring up some pictures. I have show and tell. So. Yeah. Yeah, I can show this. Okay. So chat. Alright. This is the motorcycle that I'm trying to build. Alright, this right here. Did you see this? Do you see what I'm looking at right now? It's very interesting because the actual manga didn't put a lot of emphasis on the design of this motorcycle, but the people who made the anime definitely did. Which is really interesting because, like, you can barely see the motorcycle on the anime, but the guys who created this anime took a lot of care and detail to make this bike look really good. And what you can see, chat, if we look at this motorcycle, right, we can tell is actually a fat bob, right? You can't tell, it's hard to tell from this angle on this specific picture of a fat bob, but you take a motorcycle like that, and it's got the same kind of, like, engine layout with the same kind of shit. And see this, like, side cover here? And you say, look at this, like, kind of new-ish fat bob, and then look at the Kelty bike. They actually look pretty similar, like, straight out of the gate, right? And especially this one that has that kind of almost cafe racer tail to it already. So it actually looks very similar. There's just a couple differences, but the critical thing about the spike, chat in the anime, the lore is this motorcycle does not make any sound. So I could just take a fat bob, turn it into a cafe racer, and then have something that looks a lot like this bike, but it wouldn't be this bike, chat. It wouldn't be this bike because the Kelty bike is silent. It is a cafe racer fat bob. Yes, you're right, Keith Hartz. That is what this is. It's got clip-on handlebars, coffin-style cafe racer gas tank. It's the cafe racer style back part. Like, it is a cafe racer, except it's got these intake ports right here that are like from a VMAX. So it's got this. I'd have to do a lot of custom work because this isn't actually from a VMAX. It just kind of looks like the way the VMAX looks. I think it was inspired by the VMAX. But this bike looks really cool. So imagine, chat, for a moment, if I took a fucking fat bob, took an electric engine, and then kind of made the electric engine, gave it some, like, fins and stuff to make it look like a V-twin, and then I put that in there, and I make it fast as fuck, and it now I have, like, a fast as fuck, and I paint it in Vanta black, right? So it's, like, super fucking black. Like, that would be actually sick. Like, a legit as close as possible to the source material, like, cafe, like, ugh. I know an electric cafe racer on a Harley is, like, the single most heresy thing I think I could have ever done. But I want to do it. There's an evil part in me, Chad. There's an evil part of me that's like, do it. Do it. Do it. You're looking more lesbian than usual today. Wow, okay. Now, how much modifications you have to get just to have that thing work, and you would do about overheating problems it would have? Actually, there are people who have done electric conversions on motorcycles, and it actually works pretty well. The thing about electric bikes is electricity is very good at, like, moving very fast, but it's bad at carrying loads. So on a motorcycle, it's actually pretty ideal. Custom electric motorcycle. It's not that hard to do. I mean, especially, I wouldn't say it's, like, easy to do, but, if you have, like, an amount of, like, electrical know-how and mechanical know-how, you can actually do it. Like, look at this guy. He took a Honda CX-500 and did basically the same conversion. See, look how it, like, actually looks, right? Now, I feel like this is thin enough that I could put, like, a plastic, like, maybe a 3D printed or a plastic thing over top of the batteries and the motor to make it look like a, to give it the V-twin look still, so it looks like a V-twin. But, like, legit, this is actually, like, a pretty cool motorcycle, and he did, like, a really good job with this build. And I'm thinking if I could do something similar to this, right, on a Fat Bob, which I feel like I could. I feel like with enough time and effort and money, I could get this built, right? And if I did that, then I would have, like, one of the coolest bikes ever made, right? Like, I feel like at a certain point it crosses from being heresy to being cool as shit. That looks fucking terrible. Okay, well, his looks terrible, but his wasn't about the aesthetic, alright? Bike must weigh like a half ton. You'd be surprised. Probably not more than... It probably weighs about the same. Like, he even said in that video that it handles way better than it did before. Like, it's now, it's like, he said it was like his best handling motorcycle he's ever owned. And there's a lot of reasons, there's a lot of advantages that electricity has on motorcycles specifically. And it's like, I definitely don't like electric stuff as much, but the idea of creating this prop, right? See, chat, what I really like, what I find really interesting is taking movie motorcycles and replicating them perfectly, right? It's why I like the Prince Purple Rain bike. I like replicating a bike. I like creating it out of nothing. And to take a bike that does not exist, like the Purple Rain bike already existed, right? It's real. This bike doesn't exist in real life, chat. I would be the only person in the world to have an anime accurate replica of Kelty's fucking horse, right? I would be the only person who has it. I'd be the only person to have a Vanta Black Cafe Racer Harley Fat Bob electric. Why does she have a replica Batman bike? Well, that bike's a lot harder to do. That one works too. I'm pretty sure that one's actually real. You have trouble building a Brio, let alone a bike. Well, yeah. Obviously, I gotta finish the bike I have first, right? This is all I want to do. This stuff, right, chat? We're not even close to being able to actually do this. But man, I kind of want to do it. Like, there's just a really big part of me that wants to do this. Like, yeah, it would be tricky. It would be difficult. It would be expensive, right? It would be really expensive. And it would be hard. And it would be difficult. But could you just imagine, chat? Just imagine for a moment. And I know it's Cafe Racer. I know, but just for a moment. Imagine in your head having a real life Kelty motorcycle. Oh my god. Is what are dry cell batteries? I don't know, but you can, again, it's like when you're doing something custom, you can kind of do it whichever way you want, right? Whatever works, you can kind of fuck with it. Since it's, you can build the system off the electric motor, so basically I'd first find and pick an electric motor, which itself would probably be a couple $1,000s, but I'd find the motor and then kind of build the bike around the motor. See if I can find like a good I just like this motorcycle, chat. I actually like looks sick. Like if I already have the helmet, right? Like there's just something so cool about that motorcycle. Look at how cool it doesn't have a headlight. Oh, it's so cool. Like, I actually genuinely love it. And, like, the kind of cool thing about it is like, if you were... Not saying I would ever do this, chat, but... Without a headlight, or without taillights, you'd be invisible. And if it was electric and you were fast as fuck, you would be legit invisible on the road. Like, not even a camera would pick you up. In the dead of night, on Florida back roads where there are no lights, you turn on, you don't have a headlight, you don't have any brake lights, you don't have any turn signals, you are invisible. And especially if you paint it in Vanta Black and you wear an all black suit, you are fucking invisible. You could fucking get away from the cops and they couldn't do anything about it because you would disappear. Legit. You could fucking disappear. And they would have no way of tracking you because they can't even get a good picture of the motorcycle itself. They don't know what motorcycle you're on because they can't identify it. So they can't go, oh, well, that's clearly this type of motorcycle. Let's go to everybody who owns that type of motorcycle because they can't even figure it out because it's so fucking different. And it's like, so if you, all the police have is like a screenshot of you whizzing past a flock camera. But the flock camera doesn't know who you are because you don't have a license plate. I'm just saying, chat. I'd have to really know how he deals with the heat problems with all his batteries. Cause I think I didn't see a heat sink or a radiator. Well, the batteries aren't going to produce that much heat themselves. It depends on the kind of battery. But I imagine those batteries don't produce that much heat. I imagine those batteries are designed for a kind of longer, prolonged source of, like a deep cycle maritime battery type of thing, where it's not really designed for constant high currents, but a longer drawn out load. So I think there's a lot of sacrifices, obviously, you'd have to make for this kind of bike. I don't know how fast it would end up actually being, but I don't know. I think it'd be really cool. Even if it wasn't like a fast or good motorcycle, I think just building the motorcycle itself would be really cool. Because you could take it to like anime conventions, and because it's electric, you could literally, like, if you got permission from the convention, you could drive it inside the convention and like put it on a booth and like show it off with like an actual like Kelty cosplay, right? Since I have the helmet, literally you just get a bodysuit and I could literally do like the best Kelty cosplay you've ever seen. I wouldn't bother with that. Well, of course it's dangerous. Anytime you're dealing with a motorcycle, it's dangerous. Hi, Moogie. That's just super villain arc. This motherfucker's about to terrorize Florida State Patrol. Are you kidding me? I'm not. My pussy isn't made for jail. I ain't doing shit. I just gotta build an electric bike. What universe is this? I know. It's like, okay, and I gotta reiterate. This is like this is a dream, and this is in the dream state, right? First of all, I need to finish the Purple Rain bike first. Like, I'm not gonna start this until the Purple Rain bike is finished. Because in my mind, there's no point in starting if I start this project before the Purple Rain bike is finished, I'm never gonna finish the Purple Rain bike. So I don't wanna, I am going to finish the Purple Rain bike before I do anything. But let's say, chat, I finished the Purple Rain bike, and now I want another project. And let's say I upload the video to YouTube and it does really well, and I want another project bike. What's more interesting? Building a custom, like, Goldwing out, or building a show-accurate replica of a fucking crazy, cracked out... I mean, I feel like people would watch it just because they can't stop. You're building an electric cafe racer Harley. Like, that's gotta... There's no way that doesn't do numbers, right? There's no way that doesn't do numbers on YouTube, right? Imagine the kind of content... I just really want to do it. $80,000 to $106,000. Anybody can climb on the real Batbot from Nolan's epic trilogy? That's crazy. Street Hawk bike. Is 100% this motherfucker's gonna finish the bike, take it out, and get pulled over going $120 on a body cam footage? Okay, well, I'm not gonna go that fast. And I'd have to design it in a way where I think I would design it where like I could put headlights on it, I could put plates on it, I could register it and everything. And I could, like, drive it like a normal motorcycle. But I think there's a potential where the motorcycle does not drive very well, alright? There's a potential where, like, if I finish this motorcycle, it doesn't have a large battery range and it's not fast. And at that point, I'd probably just take off the headlight permanently and, like, stop, like, paying for the registration on it. Or maybe I'd pay for the registration on it, but I wouldn't drive it on the street, and I would use it as, like, solely a prop that I would take around to places. Because I feel like you could take it to, like, conventions and shit like that. Like, I could go to, like, a convention and maybe rent a booth at a convention just to put my motorcycle there. Because, again, it's electric, so you can drive it indoors. So it's not like you need a... It's like a normal motorcycle, you can't drive indoors, obviously. But if I have it electric, I could bring that shit inside. That'd be really fucking cool. And I could bring it to, like, shows and stuff and show it off. But I think ultimately the idea is to have a show-perfect bike. Not necessarily to have, like, a great running, awesome, like, performing bike. The goal here is the aesthetic, not the bike itself. She could say I have a condition called Need for Speed. The star of the show has arrived. She has... Hello, Moogie. As for tolerating EVs, now this is a hell of an arc. I know, right? I also think there's something just incredibly funny about, like, building... Like, when I first started watching that anime, I was looking at this bike, and I just thought about how cool it would be to recreate this bike. But as I looked closer at this bike, when I realized what I'd have to do to create this bike in real life, it's so funny to me that, like, I would have to commit a cardinal sin in order to build this bike. I would have to piss off so many people to get this bike built. I know you didn't, I remember when you didn't know anything about that anime. Yeah, it's actually a really good anime. I haven't finished yet, but I'm still, like, I'm watching. It's actually really interesting. It's a really good anime. Which just makes me want to build it even more, right? How much would it cost, though? Like, $10,000? Do you think, chat, if you think I could do it for $10,000, I think I could do it for 10,000. I think if I had 10,000, I could build this bike. When am I ever gonna have $10,000 spare? I don't know, but I think if I did that and I uploaded that to YouTube, I've made a Femboy builds a cafe racer electric cafe racer Harley. I think if you make that the title, people are gonna lose their minds. You know what I mean? Like, imagine I can see the YouTube video now in my head. Florida Femboy builds electric cafe racer Harley, and there's so many people who would hate click. People would hate click. I feel like it would do well just because people would hate click, but I think that at the end of it, I think people would be like respect it. I think people would be like, I get it, I get it. For 10K, you could build a piece of shit FD. No, you couldn't. Don't even talk to me about that. 10K, you can't buy a rolling shell RX-7 for 10K. If you had 10 grand, you would spend it on takeout and food and cute outfits. That's not true. If I had 10 grand, I would spend it on... probably spend it on bikes. I've shown you them not for 10K. I mean, maybe you showed me one 10K, but a 10K rolling RX-7 chassis is very rare. And if you find one, it typically needs like a lot of body work more than just, it doesn't just need an engine and wheels, it needs a whole set of body work. I don't know, man. Chat, what do you think is gonna do more numbers on YouTube, though? Femboy buys a rolling FD shell, or Femboy builds the Kelty fucking motorcycle? I think the motorcycle is so original. Like, it's so original, it's so interesting, it's such a rage bait that I think it works. I think it works, chat. I think it works. The hardest part would definitely be, like, the custom gas tank and the custom, air intake. And I thought about even, like, you're talking about keeping the motors cool. I even thought about, like, how I would practically do that. See, like, chat, if you look at the actual bike, it's got these big air vents on the side, just like a VMAX has. So maybe, like, I have the motor down here. I'd probably take a bunch of parts off of the original engine, like the side cover and stuff like that, and I'd figure out a way to remount them onto the engine to have as much of the original engine present as possible. Maybe I'd even take, like, the jugs off the cylinders, and, like, somehow implement those into the whole thing. I don't know exactly. But I think what I'd actually do, because it's always so vague in there and you can just barely see the cooling fins, I think what I'd do is take a big motor, put it right there, take the original side cover for the Harley, this side cover, like, take this engine off, take the engine out, take the cover off, figure out a way to mount the cover onto a motor, probably by, like, 3D printing a bracket. It doesn't need to be, like, structural, it just needs to stay. Put a big-ass motor right here, send it back. There is a couple challenges here. Number one is getting it to work with a shaft or a belt drive. I could either take a smaller motor and put it sideways to fit with the belt drive, or I could take a bigger motor like he has and mount it longitudinal, but I have to figure out some other way of driving the wheel. Maybe have to even install a shaft drive somehow, which would be really complicated. But you take this bike, you take the engine out of it, put some electric battery. You could put a fuck ton of batteries right there. And if I'm putting this custom, like gas tank on, I could put batteries. It could just be a faux gas tank, and I could put batteries in the gas tank. honestly, like, if you just take this motorcycle, paint it back, and put clip-ons, it's pretty close. These aren't jugs, those are air filters? They're not air filters, they're... These are not jugs, these are jugs, chat. This right here, that's a cylinder jug. Specifically this part right here. This is the head. This is the cylinder jug. Or cylinder or jug. I think it's either or. And then this is the engine casing. But like, I don't know, if I could find a way. I mean, if I could find a way of like implementing the jugs and the cylinder heads back in somehow, I don't know how I would do that, but maybe I could figure out a way to do it. But the bike itself has these big cooling vents, right? And so maybe I could make it in a way where I put the batteries and put the motor down here, put the batteries here all the way up until here, so like all of this is just battery. So on like this bike, it would be from like here to like here is just batteries, right? And on the side, I put this cooling vent, which would get airflow, and I could route that airflow past the batteries. So these actually work and give the batteries airflow to help cool them down. I think that would be really neat. Making it as practically usable as possible, I think would be something I'd want to do. Dude, it is a cool looking bike, chat. Am I not wrong? It is a cool looking bike. Like, if I actually finished this, it would be sick. And you guys know it would be. I just get a little high. On the anime, those are air filters on the anime. What, the side box? You talking about this right here? Yeah, this is not a jug. I'm talking about this right here. That's the jug, right? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying you can see the same thing right here, right? See these little slashes? Those are supposed to indicate the cooling fins of the motor. See these cooling fins? That's what this is trying to like emulate here. Except actually I think it's actually backwards. It should be like that. So it's not actually that accurate. But like the whole thing about the anime is it never gives detail into this part of the engine. The only detail the engine ever gets is like the side cover and the little dashes that are supposed to denote the cooling fins. So I think if I just took like a big bunch of batteries and then I 3D printed a cover that just had those same cooling fins. Fuck, maybe I even just build like I make it out of metal and make it actual cooling fins. Maybe I do that. So it actually helps cool down the engine. So it actually has a use, too. So it's not just aesthetic. Chat, I'm telling you, this is a sick-ass project. All the modifications you need to get done would be more than $10,000. I don't know. I think I could do it for under $10,000. Buy the bike for $2,000. I could probably, well, maybe not $2,000. Let's say I buy a bike for $3,000. I could probably find a used Fat Bob for $3,000. Really, I'd want a Fat Bob that was wrecked, if I could. Something that's been kind of fucked up. So if I could find like a salvage like Fat Bob for like $2,000, $1,500, that's like a 2008 to 2016 Fat Bob, that's been salvaged. And then maybe even if I could find a new Fat Bob that's been salvaged for like $2,000, right? And then I pay like a $2,000 or a $3,000 motor, or maybe even a $4,000 motor. Now I'm up to $6,000, right? Just on getting the motor and the bike. And so then $4,000 would be the amount of money that I have to do everything else. And I think I could do it. I probably wouldn't outsource the custom work. I'd probably figure out how to do it myself because I wouldn't want to have like everything custom made. But like the gas tank, I could do it myself, I think. I think the hardest part would be getting the exhaust right and this air filter, right? And figuring out how to do this air filter correctly. But I think I could do it. I think if I come down to it, I could build this air filter if I had to. I could find a way of doing it. The other problem would be the seat. Getting the right seat and doing all that custom would also be kind of difficult. But I think I could do that all for less than $4 grand, right? Talking about getting a custom seat made, building a custom air intake for this. That'd probably cost less than $4 grand. I think the big money would go to the motor itself and the batteries. Check this out, I never actually thought you'd be a motorcycle person. Yeah, I avoided it, to be honest with you. I always knew that if I were to, like, get into motorcycles, I would get really into motorcycles. So I remember when I was in college, I specifically did not get into motorcycles because I didn't want to... I didn't have money for it. I just didn't like the idea because I knew if I got into it, I'd probably get really into it. And I felt like it wasn't worth the risk. It was like doing cocaine, you know what I mean? It's like you could do cocaine and it'll be fun, but then you're hooked, right? Then now you have a problem. Now you have a fucking problem, right? It's kind of the way I felt about motorcycles. It's like, yeah, it'd probably be fun, but I don't want that. I don't want that. But then I got into motorcycles anyway, so... Moral of the story is don't do cocaine, kids. Hi, Moogie. Motorcycle equals cocaine. Would you get a sidecar? No, sidecars suck. Motorcycles are a much better drug than cocaine. Probably more dangerous though, if I'm being honest. It's probably safer to do cocaine than it is to do motorcycles. You're probably safer snorting lines of cocaine than getting on a motorcycle. But now, chat, I only have a motorcycle. That's my only mode of transportation, so that's my only option. Did I eat today? Nope, not yet. But cocaine is illegal. It is. You're correct. Want a treat? I would love a treat. My motorcycle was stolen, so I'm in a weird spot where if I buy a new one, I could get it stolen from the same spot. It was stolen? Oh, fuck, dude, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, if you're in an apartment and then you're, it makes sense, because if you're in an apartment and, like, you can't park your motorcycle in a garage and you just have to leave it outside, it's so vulnerable. The problem with motorcycles is they're just really easy to steal. And if you have anything somewhat valuable, people are gonna steal it. I'm going to, once I finish my Purple Rain bike, I'm gonna put a tracker in it. I'm gonna put I'm gonna pay for, like, a virtual private server that I can privately ping a tracker on my bike. So I can actively, like, always know where my bike is. That way, if someone ever steals it, I can immediately just call the police and be like, okay, I know where the bike is, can you just help me go and get it? And that's all I really want. Because I feel like it's a cool enough bike that it could definitely get stolen. And so it's worth keeping a tracker on it. And I would put it in a really, like, I would put it in a spot that you couldn't just find. Like, it wouldn't be, like, under the wheel well or anything. It would be, like, deep inside of the motorcycle where you wouldn't know it's there, and if you did, you'd have a hard time getting it out. Anything in particular? I always love burritos. For burritos, it's either a burrito or nuggies, but I'm fine with anything, but I love burritos. A Suzuki GSX 650F, older bike, but a fun one. Damn. Fuck, dude. I want my bike to be done so bad, chat. I'm so scared of doing the wheel bearings myself, chat. I'm so scared of it. Which is why I have to do it, chat. I need... As soon as I get a spare $20, I'm gonna buy that fucking wheel bearing puller, and I'm gonna fucking try it again. And you know what? I might fuck up again, but at least it'll be content. PTSD from breaking tooth? Like, legit, dude. Chad, that fucked me up. That fucked me up. Like, fucking up the wheel bearings that hard has, like, it has, like, hurt me mentally. Burrito ordered? Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Tracy. Make it a GSXAR or something fun soon. Hell yeah. But put a tracker on it. Make sure that shit doesn't get stolen. Look at this cat. Hi, Moogie. Stay strong, pony girl. Good luck with that if you ever get hope thieves fuck off. Yeah. Thieves are annoying. I know, chat. What? Chat, does anybody here, has anybody in the chat ever done wheel bearings on a motorcycle before? Butterbike Dad, have you ever done wheel bearings on a motorcycle? Am I just, like, way overblowing this? This shouldn't be this complicated, right? A bike, no, on a car, yeah. So I've done it on a car. I have perfect teeth. Really done wheel bearings on a bicycle. I don't know if that's the same. I'm just really nervous because, like, if I put them in, I don't know what the problem was still. Like, that's part of the issue. Is like, I put the old wheel bearings in and they just got stuck and I'm not entirely sure why. And it's like, if I do it again and they get stuck again, it's gonna be so disheartening. It's gonna be so disheartening. I don't know, chat. Maybe at that point I just buy a whole ass new wheel and then I just run with that. I just get a new wheel and then I just run with whatever wheel bearings it has. Not enough lubrication? Well, you don't want to lubricate that specific thing. It's like the problem is there, you have a spacer, and I think it's somewhere over there. I have to find it, but there, between the two bearings, there's a spacer, and they're supposed to connect, they're supposed to touch that spacer, but they're not supposed to be so tight that it's putting, like, lateral load on the wheel bearing. Didn't you already buy a new wheel? Yeah, but it's not exactly the same. It's slightly different. And it makes me slightly nervous that the spacer in there is also slightly different. But I think it's off the same motorcycle, so it should be the same. They're just slightly different styles. And so I don't want to use that. I want the style that I had. And that's why it's tempting just to go take it to like a motorcycle shop to have them do everything. Just because it genuinely just like would be so nice to just have it be done. So I would just like to, if I just could take it to a motorcycle shop and just have them do everything, that I would feel a lot better just being done. But the other thing is that's kind of like giving up, you know what I mean? Like I let it win. I let the wheel bearing win. Like I feel like that's gonna hurt my soul, right? I feel like that's gonna hurt my soul. Motorcyclist Magazine has a video on wheel bearing replacement. I know, I've watched them all, and they just don't help. Like, I don't even understand. Like, I followed those videos and the user manual to a T. Like, I did everything the way I was supposed to. Like, you're supposed to do the right wheel bearing first. I did that. I followed it exactly how it says in the user manual. I watched all the videos. I did it exactly right. You have to pound the new wheel bearing in. So you have to pound the right wheel bearing in until it seats, right? And it will, you can tell it seats because the sound will change. So you'll smack it in. I even have a bearing driver, so I'm using the correct tool to put in the wheel bearings. You put in the bearing, it will go in, and eventually it will seat. And once it seats, you'll hear a difference in how it sounds, right? So then you know it's seated, okay? Then you put in the spacer. And the spacer sits on top of the other bearing, and then you put the bearing on top of the spacer and pound it in. So the thing is, the spacer has to be perfectly aligned with the wheel bearings so that you can get the center axle through the, through the wheel bearing, right? But basically what ends up happening is you're supposed to do it the same way until you seat the bearing until the sound changes, or until it seats against that spacer. But for me, whatever reason, and I don't know why, it doesn't meet the spacer until it does, but when it does, it, like, squishes the spacer. Like, it's too tight against the spacer. And so the spacer ends up, like, putting lateral load on the wheel bearings, which makes it so it doesn't spin. And obviously, if it doesn't spin correctly or freely, then it's not going to work as a wheel bearing. So I don't even know what the fuck I did wrong. I don't know. I did everything right. I have no idea what I did wrong or why it didn't work. So it's like, a part of me is thinking, like, if I try it again, I'm not trying anything new or different. I'm just going to try it again. So the chances of me fucking up again are also very real and a very real possibility, right? Yeah, lube the wheel seal. No, you don't want to lube the wheel seal. I mean, okay. Let me show you what I'm talking about, right? This is the wheel bearing, right, chat? I kind of don't want to touch these because I don't want to get them rusty. But these are our wheel bearings, right? Here, I'll just fuck it. These are the new wheel bearings. I bought these because they are specifically exactly what I took out of the bike, right? But essentially, the way it works, chat, is you drive in one bearing, it goes down, it's seated, and then you do it like this. Then you put the spacer on top, and then you drive it down. Now, you don't want to lubricate this surface, because this needs to mount solidly to the inside of the wheel, right? And you don't want to lubricate this surface. I mean, this is already lubricated in here. And there's nothing else to lubricate. Like, once they go on top of each other, they sandwich the spacer in between like that. The problem is that it was squishing down on the spacer too much. And so that it was, like, instead of just neatly, like, resting on it, it was, like, pressing on it. And so now I'm getting, like, this lateral pressing force going, like, that way on the wheel bearing, and it's just caused it to, like, fuck up and be bad. So, I don't know, chat. Like, I want to fix it, and I just want to, like, do it. I feel like if I ended up doing it myself, I'd be so much more proud, and I'd be so much more satisfied. So, I don't want to do it myself for that reason. But I'm also very scared that if I do it, I'm going to end up just spending so much more money. And what I really don't want to do is take it to, a mechanic shop and have them be like, this person tried to do it at home. Should have just taken the mechanic in the first place. Stupid idiot didn't know what they were doing and fucked up this wheel. And it's like, I've been on the other side of that. I've been on, like, a shop floor where somebody tried to do something themselves and fucked it up and then had to take it in, and it's embarrassing. I don't know, my honor as a mechanic is on the line, chat. I have a degree in this fucking shit. Well, I should not need to take my fucking wheel to a mechanic to have them put in a wheel bearing. I should be able to just do it. You tap those and dry it, but after that component, there's a wheel seal that goes on top that's, and the, looks like a KTM wheel. The wheel seal that goes on top of the wheel bearing, we're not there yet. We're not talking about the seal that goes on top of the wheel bearing after they're installed. We're just talking about installing the wheel bearings. Like, putting the seals in after, that's a different story. I think I have new seals for it, but that's a whole, we're not even to that part, right? I did like this, I did it like that, I did it like a wiffle ball bat. Towards the end, you use a light tab so you don't paddle all the way. But then you also don't want it to be too loose. You want it to be you want it to be the exact right, like, you don't want it to not be pressed in all the way. Like, remember, chat, these are wheel bearings. If you fuck these up, they will fucking send your ass into the ground at 60 miles an hour. Shorten the spacer a couple thousand with a piece of paper on a flat surface. No, I don't want to do that either. Because, again, anytime you're fucking with it, if you end up doing that, theoretically, what that would do, 66 GT35, is then that would shorten the spacer. But then, because you can only press the bearings in so far. The wheel itself has a lip inside where the wheel bearings go, so they can only go in so far. And if you shave down too much of the wheel bearing spacer, then it won't make contact with that spacer, and the spacer will just be free floating. And the spacer is not supposed to be free floating. Use a torch to heat up the wheel bearing before tapping the bearings. It's not getting the wheel bearings in isn't the problem. It's getting them in correctly. Again, I can pound them in all I want. I don't care if it's hard to get them pounded in. I have a driver, right? I'm not doing the thing where I'm tapping on one side of the wheel bearing, then the other side of the wheel bearing, just to try to evenly shimmer it in. I have a kit to drive the wheel bearing in, right? The trick is getting it to the spacer and then not putting too much lateral load on it. So I think I'm just gonna take it really slow. I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna buy a wheel bearing puller kit, and I'm gonna try it really slow. I'm just gonna try to do it, but if I fuck it up again, I'm gonna be so sad. If I fuck it up again, I'm gonna lose my mind. You need more confidence? I know. I know, chat. Like, here.
MC Garage. I grease, inner race, and pretty soon the bearing will bearing. Tap around the perimeter of wheel over, heat your. There is a more elegant race so that it's driven out squarely. Plus, you don't have to worry about moving the spacer over. New bearings. First, grease to the outer race. A lot of your new bearings to help them slide into place. When it comes time to buying replacement.
What?
Grease to the outer race of your new bearings to help them slide.
Why the fuck does he do that?
Place.
What?
When it comes time to buying replacement bearings, there are a lot of places in order to install that and heat up the bearing into place and get it started by tapping it gently around the perimeter. I'm using a bearing driver from Motion Pro, but you can drive the.
I don't think you're supposed to grease the outside of the bearings
bearing
like that. I'm like fairly certain you're not supposed to do that.
Using the old bearing or even a socket of the
Have your boyfriend help you if you want to?
Size. Whatever you use, it's important to only apply force to the outer race to avoid damaging the bearing. If the bearing gets cocked while you're installing it, stop and drive it out. It
looks
has
high.
to go contacts the bottom of the bore. Is seated. The tone will deepen as the bearing contacts the bottom of the bore. After that, it's time for the other side. Flip the wheel over, install your spacer, and check to make sure that this thing stays aligned as you're driving in the new bearing. As before, heat the hub up and then drive the bearing home. But you want to keep checking that wheel spacer to make sure it's aligned. It has to make square contact with the bearing's inner races. With that second bearing installed, check the spacer one more time and then press your new wheel seals into place. You can usually install these by hand, especially if you apply a little grease to the outer edge. Also, if the inner lip isn't coated in grease, go ahead and do that now. All right, that's one wheel done.
See, chat, that's the problem, right?
The wheel over, and you want to erase it one more time.
This part right here, that's where I can't get past. Right there. That's where I'm stuck. I almost wonder, like, I almost wonder if what's actually happening right now is, I wonder if that inner seat has been worn away too hard. Like, I wonder if I accidentally pushed it in too hard the first time. And so now where the bearing sits naturally in the wheel is too far inward. I wonder if that's what happened. This guy's been racing unwrenched on bikes for decades. I trust him. Are you supposed to grease the outside of the wheel bearing? I just don't know if that's true. I'll look more into it, but I might try it again, chat. I might try to do it. I might try to do it. Imagine Astra's a mechanic for a racing crew. I don't want to be a mechanic for, like, anything like that, for a profession. I want to do it as a hobby. If that's the case, Astra, you're gonna have to get a new wheel. I already did get a new wheel. I just didn't realize it wasn't the right kind of wheel, which is unfortunate. But chat, maybe that's what I do. Chat, maybe I just fucking go and I buy a new wheel and I don't do the wheel bearings at all. Maybe I just say fuck it and not worry about the wheel bearings, because even though they should be done, I just don't want to deal with them. So maybe I'll just buy a new fucking wheel and just do it like that. If I try to put them in again and I fuck up again, I think what I'll do is I'll just buy a goddamn new wheel and then just not worry about the wheel bearings at all. Let's see if I can even find one on eBay. Since so tight, there's not going to be a... it's not going to be... Not going to be power loss if it's slipping in the wheel under engine load. Isn't that new wheel cheap as fuck? Yeah, it was like $60. It wasn't that bad. But it's not the right wheel. I feel like that's not right. This one might be right. I don't think it is, though. Yeah, all of these are kind of not the right wheel, I'm pretty sure. Ooh. Oh, this one's actually kind of nice. So, okay, here we have a couple options, right? So, if I look at, this is the kind of wheel that I bought, recently. So, this is the spare one I have. It is the right, wheel for the bike, like it would fit. It's for a 1981 Honda CM400. Right? So it's fine, but it's not exactly the same, because compare this wheel to, this wheel, right? You can see it's slightly different. The spokes are slightly different. This is the kind that I need right here. So basically, this wheel right here is what I need. It's 200 bucks. But if I just bought this, and the other thing is it comes with a new, disc, which I kind of feel like I would kind of like. Because the other disc I have is not great. So I could just theoretically buy this whole wheel and just run with it. Like, there's a part of me that's just tempted just to drop $200 on this wheel just to have it. And then I could just not worry about the wheel bearings at all. Right? I could just not care about the wheel bearings. Because then I haven't taken the wheel bearings off of the rear wheel yet anyway. So all I have to do is put the seals back on the rear wheel and then I could be fine, right? This is a front. This is a front. Actually, I think I opened up a rear. Yeah, this one's a rear, but it's not right either. It's different, Chad. It's different. And I have to get this style, because this is the style that's on the Prince bike. So I need this style. But I like this because it comes with a new disc. And I think because the disc I have on mine has like a groove running around the center of it, which is kind of concerning. I don't love it. Doesn't come with that spacer. I mean, I guess the new disc brake is only $14. If I really just wanted a new disc brake, I could do that. So, I mean, you know... I mean, there is a part of me that's nervous that I won't be able to find a wheel if I need it. Because there is this one, but it's 200 bucks. And if this gets sold, I don't know if I could find another wheel like this in this good a condition. So there is a part of me that just kind of wants to get this, but I don't really have 200 bucks to spend on this right now. Don't buy frozen TGF chicken wings? No. Agree, I'll be more into riding than wrenching. I'll do oil changes and brake pads and nuts, but I don't wrench too much. I like wrenching, I just don't like getting fucked by wheel bearings. I agree, I'm more, yeah. So you want to get blacked out mag wheels? That is so 80s. Well, okay, remember chat, I'm trying to build a specific motorcycle here. I'm not, it's like I could just theoretically, I could just take the wheel that I already bought, put my tires on it, and run with it. Like, I could do that, but that wouldn't be accurate. What I'm trying to do, chat, is I'm trying to recreate this bike right here. See? And so I need to have the correct wheels. See, you can see even in, look at chat, I can point out to you the many inaccuracies of the replicas that I've seen online of this bike, chat. But if you look at, oh shit, actually, wait a minute. Wait, what? Hold on, wait a minute. That's actually so interesting. Wait a minute. What? That's fucking, wait a minute. That's weird. Am I going insane right now? Am I going crazy? I'm like, wait a minute. Wait, am I like actually going fucking crazy right now? Hold on. Wait a second. Wait a fucking minute. Wait a goddamn minute. I was very disappointed. Is that a new wheel? Hold on. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a gosh darn minute, chat. Wait a gosh diggly darn minute. Wait a minute. Wait, that's crazy. No way. Am I been... Okay, wait a minute, chat. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Give me a moment. Give me a moment, chat. I need to do some show and tell. I will be right back. I will be right back. I'll be right back, Pat. Give me a moment. So, hold on. Hold on, chat. Hold on. 1 second. Chat, do you see these wheels right here? So this right here, I'm pretty sure what we're looking at is the actual Purple Rain bike. The one that was used by Prince in the movie. This is not one of the replicas they made. Oh, here. Okay. This is one of the stunt bikes, right? This is one of the fucking stunt bikes that they use. This is what I'm mainly basing my bike off of because it's a manual just like mine, right? Right? Okay. Take a look at these wheels that are on this bike, chat, and tell me, take a good look at these wheels, chat, and tell me which one of these wheels looks more like that. This one? Right? This wheel? Or this wheel? Which one of these looks more like the wheel in the picture? Chat? Which one of these is the fucking wheel? You're telling me that I've been like so obsessed with getting this wheel to work because I thought this was movie accurate, but you're telling me this isn't even the movie accurate type of wheel? Brother. Brother. You're killing me. You're killing me. Chet, this is the fucking wheel. This is the right wheel. Why? Why is it like this? Also, the spacer is free-floating in there. So maybe the spacer is supposed to be free-floating. And I just didn't realize that the whole fucking time. That it actually is supposed to be free-floating. Holy shit, chat. Chat, I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind right now, chat. I'm losing my mind. Sorry, careful. Ugh. Chat. I live in a glass house. I can't do psychedelic drugs. What? The right wheel was inside you all along. I'd be livid. I don't. I can't. I just can't. I just can't. I can't. I can't even right now, chat. Chat, I can't. I can't fucking even. I cannot believe what I'm looking at right now. Chat, this is the official stunt bike. The only Purple Rain bike left in existence that's as movie accurate that was ever seen on movie that's still purple is this bike right here. This is the last one. There's only one Purple Rain bike like left that was on screen in the movie that's still purple, and it's this bike. And it has the fucking different wheels. This is the actual Purple Rain bike that Prince rode in the movie. Like, you can't see it. It's hard to tell it in this picture, but it's black and gold. It's not even purple anymore. But this is the bike that Prince rode. Look what fucking wheels it has! I've been fucking, like, kicking my ass this whole time because I thought that wasn't the... I just oh my god. Chat, I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind right now. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. So wait a minute. Can you play Prince on guitar? I need to learn one. I could if I just learned. CM400 rear wheel. So in order for it to be really movie accurate, chat, I have to get this bike. I have to get this wheel. If I really want it to be movie accurate, I've got to get this wheel, chat. This one's actually in really good condition. This one's not in as good as condition. I would be worried about getting this one because I don't know how, like, safe it is. It just probably needs to be cleaned up, but that looks really rusty. It's got no wheel bearings in it. So I don't want to fuck with this one. Chat, this is $80. This is $100. I could buy this for $100. Oh, it's bent. I don't want that one. Nope. $150, chat. Oh, that's $200, I guess. So for $200, I could get the rear wheel that I really want. Or I guess I could get this one for $100. But just again, this one doesn't have any wheel bearings in it, so I really don't want to fuck with that one. What's wrong with this one? Other than the fact that it's like crusty and grody and disgusting, like, ooh. I don't even know if this one's safe. It's like rusted as shit. Is that the one he did the jump on in the music video? Yeah, yeah. Any stunt bike was the stunt bikes. So now you have to spend more money than before? No, dude, if I buy this fucking shit, I literally spent, it's still, even if I spend $200, I would still be out less than what I was gonna do at the fucking mechanic shop, alright? What was the engine that Prince bike had? So, okay, for those who don't know, there were 3 bikes made for the Prince movie, the Purple Rain movie. There was the main one that Prince rode, and then there was 2 stunt bikes made. And the differences between them are very slight and noticeable, or not very noticeable. Like, you'd have to kind of be autistic to know the differences between them, but I can tell which one is which by looking at it, because the turn signals on this, one of the stunt bikes has square turn signals, but the actual Purple Rain bike has round turn signals. I don't know why that's a distinction I know of, but it is a distinction I know of. The main difference between the bikes is that the main Prince Purple Rain bike was an automatic. It was a CM400. It was a 1981 CM400A. It had a Honda-matic in it. But the stunt bikes used the manual transmission. So the stunt bikes were actually the CM400C, which is what I have. So because I don't want to drive an automatic, I bought the manual version because listen, I care about realism, but I can't drive an automatic. That's where I draw the line. Can't do it. So I have the CM400 engine. So they're both the same engine. They're both CM400 engines. Just one is automatic and one is not automatic. And so that's the difference between mine. So mine will be a lot more. So I'm technically building mine off of I'm technically not making a replica of this bike, which is, you know, I'm not making a replica of the main Purple Rain bike. I'm making a replica of this. I'm not making this bike, I'm making this bike. But you can tell, look at the headlights, or look at the turn signals right here. See these square turn signals on the stunt bike? And then look at that. Round turn signals. Funny, isn't it, how that works, isn't it, chat? I think this is the other stunt bike. And yeah, and you can tell, look, it's got the square turn signals. So the stunt bike, you can tell the difference between the stunt bike and the main bike just because of that. But they painted the original Purple Rain bike, so it's no longer purple anymore. So it's just kind of upsetting. But this one I'm pretty sure is a replica made by that one guy. I think his name is Dan. Yeah. See, chat, I could look at, I'm so autistic, I can look at a bike like this, and I can point out you every inaccuracy about this fucking bike. But ironically, it has the correct wheels, so fuck me. Fuck me, god damn it. Oh my god, I can't. This one ugly bike. Excuse you? Excuse you? I don't know where my Prince went. You're offending my emotional support Prince, okay? Don't talk shit about his bike. It's Prince's bike. You can't talk shit about the Prince bike. You say the Prince bike is an ugly bike? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The Prince bike is beautiful. Like, like, you're telling me this doesn't look like a cool fucking bike right here? You're telling me this isn't sick as fuck? You're telling me that isn't sick as fuck? Shots fired? Dude, are you telling me this isn't sick as fuck, dude? Look at this goddamn cool bike. Look how cool this motherfucker looks. Look how goddamn... He doesn't look as cool, but look how fucking cool this looks. Fucking... Oh my god. I can't believe the wheels were fucking wrong the entire time. The entire fucking time they were the other style of wheel. I cannot believe it, chat. I cannot believe it. It's a badass bike. You're goddamn right it is. Fucking... This is precisely why doves cry, chat. Support Prince. As it was, he left it for a reason. What do you mean he left it? He never left it. He didn't leave it. He kept the fucking bike. You can still go and see the real Purple Rain bike. It's in Minnesota. It's in the fucking compound. It's in, what is the name of it? Why do I not remember the name of it? The fucking Prince compound. It's in the Prince compound. It's in Minnesota. He didn't get rid of the bike. He kept it. He kept all of them. Still use those bikes in Argentina and Mexico? What, CM400s? I mean, probably not CM400s specifically, but... Chris don't need my support. Well, I mean, he's dead, so... You mean he left it? He left it in the realm of the living for a reason? Is that what you're saying? He didn't take it with him into the afterlife? I don't know, chat. I fuck with it. I fuck with it. I know some people don't get the aesthetic. I know some people don't get it, but I fuck with it. I love the Purple Rain bike. They left it on Earth, yes. Obviously, that means that Prince didn't like the bike, is because he didn't take it with him in the immortal realm. Do they still sell electric purple paint? I mean, they do, but there's a specific paint code for the Purple Rain bike. It's actually, it was painted in plum purple C7, Mopar purple. And I can still get that. You can buy that. It's relatively available. I'm not worried about the paint. The things I'm mostly worried about, like, the biggest thing that I'm worried about getting in time is this right here. Which is still for sale in Melbourne, it's been for sale forever, and I messaged the guy about it, but now I can't even afford it, so I guess I would message him again, but I can't afford it at the moment, but I need this. This is one of the things I'm worried about. I really want this as well, but this one's not necessary. I really want the Aura Farming Goofy phone, but, the other thing that I need is... See if I can find this. I don't know. Yeah, this is it. I found it. So this is what I need. It's 300 bucks, unfortunately, but I need this. This is the one thing I'm worried about. Like, I'm so scared that by the time I have enough money to buy this, they're gonna run out and they're just not gonna make them anymore, and then I'm gonna be fucked. I'm gonna be so fucked. But I need this, chat. I literally will have to spend more than I spent on the fairing itself, but I need it. I just need to figure out which size I want, because they come in 20-inch tall and 22-inch tall, and I don't know which one I want. I think the 20-inch tall one, but I don't know. Melbourne is in Florida, chat. Dear God. There's value to which is cool as fuck. A giant fairing like that is gonna create a ton of wind resistance? I mean... I mean, it's gonna make it more comfortable to ride in the winds. It's not gonna add, like, I mean, it's gonna add a little bit of resistance, but... At least the fairing is slightly aerodynamic, right? Your body... which is just a mass, is what's gonna hit that. Like, you're creating the same level of drag. The difference is that on a fairing like that, you've actually got, like, it's aerodynamic. So when the wind goes across it, it should cut through the air slightly better. Right? Like, the shape of this fairing is more aerodynamic than, your body. You know what I mean? So unless you're, I mean, and it's like, this isn't a sports bike, by the way. I'm not going 120 on the highway on this thing. I don't really care about wind resistance. Like, it's not gonna make it bad to drive. For that to work, you'd have to put it in an angle, Astra? What do you... Z-Man, you know these are real fairings that people have used a lot, right? Like, this style of fairing was so popular, Honda literally decided just to make it standard. What are you talking about? People use them all the time. I don't think anyone complains that putting a wind jammer on your bike is gonna make it perform worse. Is this a slow bike, and if the fairing like that, you're gonna make it even more slow? I don't think so. I mean, it might take the top speed down by like a mile or 2 per hour, maybe? I don't think it's gonna be that much of a difference, though. Because again, it's not gonna be more wind resistance than your body. I mean, the wind hitting you is creating wind resistance, right? It's like you're either acting as the sail or the wind fairing is gonna act as the sail. But I highly doubt that it would really slow the bike down, right? I don't think it would. Otherwise, they wouldn't have made it, right? They sold a lot of those things. Like, they're popular. Like, the modern fucking Goldwings still have fairings on them for that exact same reason, right? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But again, the point of this bike is not to go fast, okay? The point of this bike is to look cool. Fairing on a Goldwing is not that big. Yes, it is. What are you talking about? What are you fucking okay. I need to go through some fairing history right now. The original GL 1100 with fairing was created in 1975, and it did not come with a fairing, right? The original GL 1000, the Goldwing, the original Goldwing did not come with a fairing. It came like this. See? This is a 1979 Honda GL 1000. This is how the bikes came from the factory. They're really cool, and they're actually really cool like that. But very quickly, aftermarket started making these fairings like this, particularly Vetter. This right here is a wind jammer. Vetter made these things, and they sold like hotcakes, to the point where Honda actually started to work with Vetter to make these fairings so you could buy them at the factory. So they aren't factory stock necessarily, but a lot of the bikes that you had in the early, like, late 70s to early 80s with these Goldwings and the GL 1100s, they put these fairings on because they actually, like, they obviously worked, right? They made it a better touring bike. Not having the wind push on your chest is a big deal when you're traveling long distance, right? If you're on a bike for 8 hours, having the wind, like, bash you around that whole time is really fucking hard on you. It's really tiring. So that's why a lot of people put these wind jammers on, right? It was so popular, in fact, that starting in, like, 1981, Honda stopped working with Vetter and started making their own. GL 1200. They started to make their own. See this fairing right here, chat? This fairing was designed by Honda to basically replace the Vetter fairing, because the Vetter fairings are so popular, Honda was just like, oh, why don't we just build this ourselves? And they did, and that's when we get this, which is the official Honda fairing, right? Before then, all these fairings like this that were Vetter are aftermarket and made by Vetter. But this fairing was actually made by Honda. But the original Vetter fairings were still so popular that you had a ton of people making copycats of them. Like, there were a ton of companies that made Vetter fairings, or that are like things that looked exactly like Vetter fairings that weren't Vetter fairings. Like the Wind Cutter, the Howie Wind Cutter, which, if you know anything about the Purple Rain Prince bike, right here, this fairing is not a wind jammer, it is a wind cutter. This fairing is a Howie Wind Cutter. That's what the official Purple Rain bike used. And so that is what I'm going to put on my bike. Because again, that's what we're trying to go for here. But yeah, no, the fairings on the Goldwing are that big. They just look smaller because Goldwings are bigger. You can air on this dynamic? What? We got laminar flow, people. I don't know what you're talking about. It's absolutely perfect. It will work just fine. I don't think that it's gonna cause it to run like terrible. That was the one you showed us a bit longer than the one that Prince like used on his bike. Nope. I have okay. So I'm using the exact same thing that Prince is using, right? The goal is to make the Prince bike as movie accurate as I can possibly be. There's a couple of leeways here. Like, I'm gonna put saddlebags on my bike just because I actually want to drive my bike as a daily driver and I really want saddlebags. So certain inaccuracies like that I don't care about. But I have the fairing already. Like, I already have it. But I have the... Prince was not taller. Prince is actually shorter. But, I have the exact Howie wind cutter fairing. So when I'm all said and done, it should look almost identical to the Prince bike. And because it's the same model of bike, it's a 1981 CM400 with a Howie wind cutter on it. That's basically the Prince bike layout with the 6-bend pullback handlebars, by the way. And those motherfuckers were hard to find, but I found them. I fucking found them. I fucking found those motherfuckers. Prince was not 5'5". Prince is 5'2". He was a short motherfucker. He was a short Prince. I am literally taller than Prince. Or taller than how tall Prince was. He was short. He was fucking short. He did wear high heels. I have some purple high heels over there that I use for my Prince cosplay. Prince is not that short. I'm fairly certain he was. Computer, how tall was Prince? Prince was widely reported to be 5.2 or 5 foot 2 inches, 157 centimeters tall. His height was a frequent topic of discussion because he often wore high heels, boots that made him appear taller on stage and in public appearances. Despite his relatively short stature, he had an outsized presence as a performer and is regarded as one of the most influential musicians of his generation. Right. Yeah, I think he's 5'2". I mean, maybe he was 5'5" when they filmed the movie, and he just shrunk, I guess, maybe? I don't know, but he's a short motherfucker. I don't believe it. I mean, maybe, I don't know. It's kind of hard to... He was a short dude. I mean, regardless, like, that's why they used the CM400, actually, is because he was so short. They needed a motorcycle that he could actually, like, ride comfortably. So that's why they went with the CM400 and not another motorcycle. Stop saying computer, you're killing me. Computer! I don't know, chat. I don't know. I don't know, chat. All I'm saying is, you know... That's all I'm saying, you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. If he was that short, he would have needed a stepladder to get on the bike. I don't think so. I mean, he's a short motherfucker. I do think it's possible that maybe he shrunk when he was older, because he died when he was like 40 something, right? Or no, not even, like, he was like 50 years old when he died, so he probably, maybe he was 5'2" near the end of his life, but maybe he was 5'5" when he filmed the movie or something like that. I don't know. 19% believe in another girl month. I know, it's so sad. It's so sad, chat. Fuck, dude. I wonder... Okay, so chat, here's the next question. Since we know that I don't need to deal with the wheel bearings anymore, should I... And this is kind of what I'm thinking about doing. Should I just go ahead and buy the other wheel? Because I can't afford it right now. But maybe if I buy that other wheel and then just rock with that. Or should I wait to put the new tires on until I get the new rear wheel? Or should I just... should I just put the tires on the front wheel and just keep the rear wheel the same? Because I mean, does it, I don't know, does it make that much of a difference? Like, because I can always buy the correct wheel later and then just have the wheel, like, moved from one to the other. Or maybe I just drive it enough that I by the time I get the correct rear wheel, I just have to put a new set of tires on it anyway? Don't drive a suicide machine. Well, yeah, I know, but like, okay, I have... The rear wheel is fine, right? Like, I have a rear wheel. That's just fine, and I don't think it needs any work. The only problem is it's not accurate. It's not... I didn't even know, but it's not movie accurate. So if I want to be movie accurate, chat, I have to get a different wheel. Like, I have to buy this thing if I have to buy this if I want it to be movie accurate. I also really like this one because it's really clean and nice, and I feel like it would probably be safer, I guess. But I don't know, maybe, who knows how old the wheel bearings are in here. The wheel bearings I probably should do the wheel bearings in both of them, to be honest with you. I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of scared of the wheel bearings. Or maybe I just buy this. Maybe I just buy... What was that wheel that didn't have a wheel bearing? This one. Maybe I just buy this one. Because it just looks like it needs to be cleaned up a little bit, right? The only part that really scares me is the rust on that ring. Because I could spend $100 and buy this, clean it up, put new wheel bearings in it, and then at least the rear wheel would have new wheel bearings, I guess. Surface rust? I mean, it's probably fine. It just needs to be cleaned. You see somebody sandblast and repaint it? Well, at that point, I'll just spend an extra $100 to get the one that's already good. Will you dye your hair black and go full Prince mode? I probably won't dye my hair, but I will go full Prince mode. Cause like, to have somebody sandblast it and repaint it, I might as well just spend an extra $100 to get the wheel that's in good condition at that point, right? Prince wig. How many miles that wheel bearing has left in it? I wonder. I just wonder. Please, Astra, don't get Jerry Curl, I beg of you. Oh, you don't want me to put on, like, a very insensitive outfit with very insensitive makeup and dye my hair black with Jerry curls and then wear a Prince outfit? I don't think I can do that, chat. I don't think I'm allowed to do that. I could go full Prince mode, but I don't think y'all are gonna like it. I don't think y'all are gonna like that very much. I don't want a Justin Trudeau max, alright? I'm not I'm not into that. Astra, the Prince cancellation, lol. I don't know what to do, chat. I don't know what to do. It'd be really funny if someone in chat gave 100k coins. Why? What is this scene? I don't want to watch a movie clip right now. And Astra doesn't get wings. I did have wings last night. I went ghetto Astra. I did. They were very tasty. Chat, I think I have to keep an eye on these two wheels in the back. I think I have to keep an eye on them. Cause now I kind of really want this wheel. Now I'm kind of like, fuck, dude. I should get this wheel. That's $200, chat. It's $200. Is it worth $200? I don't know. Fuck, dude. Fuck, dude. Also, will my disc brake fit on this? I think it should. It should be fine. It should be fine, chat. I think it should be fine. Astra 8. What? I'd say, yeah, only if the wheel bearing is good in it. $200, don't pass go. Think you'd look good in a Farrah Fawcett cut? I don't know who that is. It's a gun scene that all I wanted to show you. I mean, it's alright. I'll watch it later. I don't really like watching movie scenes on stream because then I have to just, like, sit there, like, for, like, 3 minutes. Have you ever had your hair braided? I have. Alright, chat. Well, I'm going to contemplate this motorcycle quandary more. I'm a little bit shook still. But, anyway, chat. I think I'm gonna head out for now. I will be back again tomorrow. Yeah, I guess we'll figure out what we're gonna do. I think maybe what I'll do, chat, is I'll just keep the rear wheel the same for now. I don't think it matters that much. Because later, if I want to buy the different rear wheel, I could do that and then just have the tire swapped over. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I can get that. I can do that if I really want to. So maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe that's what I'll do, chat. And maybe at that point, I'll go and I'll do the wheel bearings and I'll do everything then and do all that later. But just for the sake of getting this fucker on the road, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this and the rear wheel, take him to the shop, have them do the tires, bring him back. Not even fucking worry about the wheel bearings. Not even worry about it. Where are the burritos? It says it's on its way. But it has not arrived yet. So we'll see. See if that gets here. But yeah. So we'll see, chat. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I will be... Asher looks like an angel. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry for talking shit on Breath of the Wild, Pooh Boy. Anyway, I will be live tomorrow. Bye!